Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Daily English Talk.
Hi, friends. We are so happy to see you today.
I'm Martha.
And I'm Jonas.
On this channel, we help you practice real English, the way people actually speak every day.
Yes, and if you like our videos, please remember to subscribe and like the video. It really helps us a lot.
Jonas, it's such a beautiful day today, isn't it?
Yes, Martha, the sun is shining and the air feels so fresh. Days like this always make me feel happy and energetic.
I agree. Did you come to the studio from home today?
Yes, I walked here. The walk was really peaceful. I saw people jogging, walking dogs, and just enjoying the morning.
That sounds lovely. I walked here too, and I usually listen to music while I walk.
Oh, really? What kind of music do you listen to in the morning?
I usually listen to pop music. It's fun, upbeat, and makes me feel happy.
Nice. I sometimes listen to the news in the morning.
The news? That sounds very serious for the morning.
I know, but I like to know what is happening in the world.
That's actually a very good habit. Maybe I should try that too.
Yes, it's always good to stay informed.
So, Jonas, what do you plan to do after we finish recording today?
After this, I think I will go to a cafe, have a nice cup of coffee, and maybe eat a piece of cake.
Oh, that sounds perfect. Can I come with you?
Of course, you're always welcome.
Great. Now I'm excited for after the show.
Today, we have a very interesting topic for our viewers.
Yes, today we will talk about habits.
Habits are actions we do regularly. Some are good, some are not so good.
Jonas, can you explain what a habit means to you?
A habit is something you do again and again, almost without thinking. It becomes automatic.
Automatic? Like a robot?
Not exactly like a robot, but almost. You don't have to think too much. You just do it.
Can you give an example of a habit, Jonas?
Sure. I always brush my teeth after breakfast. I don't decide every day. I just do it.
I understand. That's a good example of a morning habit.
My habit is that I always drink a glass of water right after I wake up.
That's very healthy. I should try that too.
Yes, it's very good for your body and mind.
Let's start with morning habits. Jonas, what's the very first thing you do in the morning?
The very first thing I do is open my eyes, of course.
Very funny, Jonas. And after that?
After I open my eyes, I always check my phone.
Oh, I do that too. I check the time and see if I have any messages.
Yes, but doctors say it's not a good habit
Why?
because the light from the phone can be harmful to your eyes, especially in the morning.
He is probably right. What is a good morning habit you have, Jonas?
I always make my bed every single morning.
Really? That's impressive.
Yes, a tidy bed makes the whole room look tidy and organized.
I sometimes make my bed, but not always.
That's okay. It's still a good habit to have.
What about breakfast? Do you have habits for breakfast?
My breakfast habit is very simple. I usually eat toast with butter and always drink tea, not coffee.
Every day?
Almost every day. I like it because it's simple and comforting.
What do you eat for breakfast, Jonas?
My breakfast changes sometimes. I sometimes eat yogurt with fruit, sometimes cereal, but I always drink coffee. I cannot start my day without it.
Always?
Yes, always.
How many cups of coffee do you drink every day?
Usually 2 or 3 cups.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes, it may be a bad habit, but I enjoy it.
And after breakfast, what do you do?
After this, I wash the dishes. I hate seeing dirty dishes in the sink.
That's a very good habit. I also wash my cup and plate right away.
What about travel habits? How do you go to work?
I usually walk to work. My office is close, about 10 minutes on foot.
That's wonderful. Walking is free and very healthy.
What about you, Jonas? How do you travel?
I usually take the bus, but on Fridays, I often drive my car.
Why on Fridays?
Because after work, I go shopping for the week. It's easier with a car.
That makes sense. So that's a weekly habit.
Exactly.
Let's talk about work habits now. What do you always do at your job?
I always make a list of tasks for the day.
That's very organized.
I know, but I'm often late for meetings.
Jonas, why are you late?
I always think I have more time than I do.
You need a new habit. Try to arrive 5 minutes early.
5 minutes early? That sounds impossible.
Just try. Small steps are important.
Okay, I'll try.
So, Jonas, after work, what do you usually do in the evening?
Well, I usually feel a bit tired, so the first thing I do is sit on my sofa for 10 minutes and just relax.
That sounds lovely. I should try that sometimes.
After that, I often go to the gym.
You go to the gym every evening? That is impressive.
Not every day, only 3 or 4 times a week.
What kind of exercise do you do at the gym?
I usually run on the treadmill and sometimes lift light weights.
That's a healthy habit. I usually just walk around the park or do stretching at home.
That works too. What about dinner habits, Martha?
I like to cook my dinner most evenings. It's relaxing.
Really? That's a very good habit. I only cook occasionally. I usually order food, maybe 3 times a week.
Ordering food can be convenient, but cooking at home is healthier and cheaper.
Yes, I know. I sometimes cook a lot and eat leftovers for 2 days. That's my way to save time.
That is smart. After dinner, do you have any habits?
I always wash the dishes immediately. I hate dirty kitchens.
Same here. I also tidy the kitchen right away. It makes me feel more relaxed afterwards.
And then I usually relax. I watch TV shows or sometimes read a book.
What kind of shows do you watch?
Mostly comedies. I like to laugh and forget work stress.
I like documentaries, especially about nature. I enjoy learning new things.
That's interesting. And what about before sleep? Do you have a bedtime habit?
Yes, I always brush my teeth, wash my face, and read a book for 15 to 20 minutes.
Very healthy. I sometimes check my phone in bed.
That's a bad habit. We should avoid phones before sleep.
I know. I will try to change it.
Now let's talk about weekend habits. Are your weekends different from weekdays?
Oh, yes. On Saturdays, I usually sleep late, sometimes until 11 a.m.
Wow, that's late. I wake up at 8 a.m. even on weekends.
After waking up, I usually have a big breakfast and then relax or meet friends.
What do you usually eat for breakfast on weekends?
I like pancakes or eggs with toast, and of course, coffee.
That sounds wonderful. On Sundays, I clean my apartment. It's my weekly routine.
I sometimes clean, but not every week. I prefer relaxing or going for a walk.
You see, habits can be different for weekdays and weekends.
Exactly. Some habits are fixed, some are flexible.
Now let's talk about bad habits. Everyone has them.
Oh, yes. One of my bad habits is biting my nails when I'm stressed.
I do that sometimes too. Another one?
I often lose my sunglasses. This year alone, maybe 5 pairs.
That is expensive. My bad habit is ordering coffee outside every day.
That is expensive too. Good habits are usually healthy and sometimes save money.
Yes. How can we build new good habits, Jonas?
I read that we should start very small. For example, if you want to run, just start walking for 5 minutes every day.
That's a good idea. Consistency is key.
Exactly. Even 1 glass of water in the morning or 1 page of reading a book counts.
What new good habit do you want to start?
I want to eat more fruits every day. I usually eat cookies instead.
That is an excellent habit. I want to start calling my family more often.
Beautiful. Small changes can make a big difference over time.
Do you have any habits from your childhood that you still do?
Yes, I always put my left shoe on first. I don't know why, but I still do it.
Funny, I always read the last page of a book first.
That's interesting. Habits can be fun, healthy, practical, or even silly.
True. Habits shape our daily lives. Small good habits lead to a happier life.
Yes, And bad habits can be changed if we start small and stay consistent.
So, viewers, today we talked about habits: good habits, bad habits, weekday habits, weekend habits.
We also learned important words: habit, routine, always, never, usually, often, sometimes, healthy, unhealthy.
You can use these words to describe your own daily life.
Now it's your turn. What is one good habit you have and one bad habit you want to change?
Write your answer in the comments below. For example, my good habit is I always exercise in the morning. My bad habit is I sometimes stay up too late.
Don't worry about perfection. We just want you to practice.
Yes, learning English is about forming a habit. Practice regularly, even small steps.
And remember, one small habit at a time leads to big results.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, we really enjoyed talking to you.
Keep practicing and be kind to yourself while learning.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell for new lessons.
Before we finish, let's review some of the important words we used today.
Yes, that's a great idea. Let's start with the word habit.
Habit is something you do regularly, almost automatically. For example, brushing your teeth in the morning is a habit.
And a habit can be good or bad. Good habits are healthy, helpful, or productive. Bad habits can be unhealthy, expensive, or annoying.
Next, we have routine. Routine is the order of your habits during the day. It's like your personal schedule.
For example, my morning routine is wake up, brush teeth, make bed, drink coffee, check emails.
Excellent. Now, let's talk about the words we often use with habits: always, never, usually, often, and sometimes.
Always means 100% of the time. For example, I always lock the door when I leave home.
Never means 0% of the time. For example, I never eat chocolate in the morning.
Usually means most of the time, maybe 80 to 90%. For example, I usually walk to work.
Often means many times, but not always. For example, I often go to the park after work.
Sometimes means less frequent than often. For example, I sometimes watch movies at night.
Perfect. Now let's review healthy and unhealthy.
Healthy habits are good for your body or mind, like exercising, drinking water, or eating vegetables.
Unhealthy habits are not good for your body or mind, like smoking, eating too much sugar, or staying up too late.
Another useful phrase is after that. It helps connect your actions in order. For example, I wake up. After that, I brush my teeth.
Yes, it makes your sentences smoother instead of using many short sentences.
Another phrase is get dressed. It means to put on your clothes.
And the opposite is get changed. For example, after work, I get changed into comfortable clothes.
We also talked about take, like take a shower, take a bus, or take a break. It's a very common English verb.
And finish means to complete or end something. For example, I finish work at 5 p.m. or I finish my homework.
Great, now let's review some daily habits examples.
Morning habits: wake up, brush teeth, make bed, drink tea or coffee, check messages.
Work habits: make a to-do list, organize tasks, attend meetings, talk with colleagues.
Evening habits: exercise, cook dinner, wash dishes, watch TV, read a book.
Weekend habits: sleep late, go out with friends, play sports, clean the house.
Bad habits examples: biting nails, losing sunglasses, ordering coffee every day, using phone in bed.
Good habits examples: drinking water, reading, exercising, eating fruits, calling family.
Now, viewers, let's practice using these words in sentences.
For example, my healthy habit is I usually walk in the morning. My unhealthy habit is I sometimes eat too much chocolate.
Or, I always drink a glass of water after I wake up. I never forget to brush my teeth in the morning.
You can also talk about your weekend habits. I usually meet my friends on Saturday. I sometimes clean my apartment on Sunday.
And don't forget to describe routines. My morning routine is wake up, brush teeth, make bed, drink coffee, check emails.
Perfect examples. Using these words makes your English clear and easy to understand.
Jonas, I think our viewers now know a lot about habits and routines.
Yes, they can describe their daily lives, good and bad habits, and their routines.
And they also learned new vocabulary: habit, routine, always, never, usually, often, sometimes, healthy, unhealthy, get dressed, get changed, take, finish, after that, colleagues, relax.
That's a very long list, but practicing each word helps a lot.
Let's summarize everything we did today.
First, we talked about habits, what they are, and examples of good and bad habits.
Then we discussed morning, work, evening, and weekend habits.
Next, we learned vocabulary and useful phrases to describe habits and routines.
We also gave tips to start new habits, small steps, consistency, and realistic goals.
And finally, we encouraged viewers to write their own sentences using today's vocabulary.
Exactly. Practice makes perfect. One small habit at a time leads to improvement.
So, viewers, remember to identify one good habit, one bad habit, and try small changes.
Keep practicing and don't forget to be consistent.
Thank you all for spending time with us today.
And thank you for joining us on Daily English Talk.
Please like, subscribe, and click the bell for more English practice videos.
We have new conversations every week to help you improve.
Remember, learning English is about building a habit of practice.
Yes, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Take small steps, keep practicing, and enjoy the journey.
That's right. And always celebrate your progress, no matter how small.
So viewers, what is one good habit you have and one bad habit you want to change?
Write it in the comments. For example, my good habit is I usually read for 10 minutes every day. My bad habit is I sometimes watch too much TV.
Every answer is valuable. We love reading your comments and seeing your progress.
Keep practicing, stay motivated, and enjoy forming good habits.
We hope you feel more confident talking about habits in English now.
Thank you so much for joining us. Jonas, I feel like we talked a lot about habits today, but there's still more to say about motivation.
You're right. Habits are one thing, but staying motivated to keep them is another challenge.
Exactly. For example, I know I should exercise every morning, but some days I feel too tired.
I understand. That happens to me too. Sometimes I plan to drink more water, but I forget.
That's why starting small is important. One small habit at a time is easier to maintain.
And tracking progress helps too. I like to keep a small notebook and write down every day I complete my habit.
That's a wonderful idea. I sometimes use my phone for reminders.
Another tip is rewarding yourself. For example, if I complete my morning routine, I allow myself to enjoy a small treat.
Yes, that's very effective. Rewards reinforce positive behavior.
And consistency is key. Even if you miss a day, don't give up. Start again the next day.
True, one bad day doesn't erase all your progress.
We also talked about combining habits with routines. For example, I always drink water after I wake up, and I check messages right after. It becomes a sequence.
Yes, a sequence makes habits automatic and easier to remember.
Viewers, try pairing a new habit with an old one. For example, if you want to floss your teeth, do it right after brushing.
That's a great tip. Another thing is to make your environment supportive.
How do you mean?
For example, if you want to eat more fruit, keep it on your table where you can see it. Or if you want to exercise, keep your sneakers visible and ready.
That's clever. Small changes in the environment can make big differences.
Exactly. Habits are not just about willpower. The environment matters too.
Let's talk about some challenging habits. For example, reducing screen time before bed.
Oh, yes, that's hard for me. I often check social media in bed.
Same here. The blue light keeps you awake.
A good trick is to set an alarm or reminder to put your phone away 30 minutes before sleep.
Or leave your phone in another room. That forces you to do something else, like reading a book.
Yes, reading before sleep is a healthy habit. It helps your mind relax.
Viewers, we encourage you to think about one habit that is challenging for you.
And try using one tip we discussed. Start small, track progress, reward yourself, or change your environment.
Let's do a quick practice. I want to talk about my weekend habits.
Go ahead, Jonas.
On weekends, I usually wake up a bit later, around 9 a.m. I drink coffee while reading the news. I sometimes go to the park. I always call my parents on Sunday evening.
That's a good mix of habits: morning routine, physical activity, and family connection.
How about you, Martha?
On weekends, I sometimes sleep until 10 a.m. I always have a slow breakfast, usually with tea and toast. I often meet a friend for coffee on Saturday, and I always clean my apartment on Sunday afternoon.
Wow, that's very organized.
Yes, habits make life predictable and comfortable, but weekends are also for flexibility.
Absolutely. Flexibility keeps habits enjoyable, not stressful.
Now, viewers, it's your turn. Think about your weekend routine. Which habits are consistent, and which do you want to improve?
For example, I usually wake up at 8 a.m. I always drink coffee. I sometimes go jogging. I want to start reading more on weekends.
That's perfect. Write your example in the comments. We love reading them and giving feedback.
Yes, sharing your habits helps you stay accountable.
Now, let's talk about a daily habit that improves English learning.
Great idea. One habit is practicing speaking every day, even for 5 to 10 minutes.
Another habit is listening to English podcasts or videos. Even short clips help.
Reading is also important. Reading one paragraph or page every day can build vocabulary.
And writing sentences about your day helps practice grammar and vocabulary.
Exactly. Writing, reading, listening, and speaking. Small, consistent practice is the key.
So, viewers, what is one small English habit you can start today?
For example, I will write one sentence in English every day. Or, I will listen to one English podcast episode every day.
That's excellent. And remember, consistency beats intensity. Small practice daily is better than one long session once a week.
Absolutely. Small steps lead to big improvements.
Jonas, I think today's lesson is complete. We talked about habits, routines, motivation, tips, weekend habits, and English learning habits.
Yes, and we practiced vocabulary, habit, routine, always, never, usually, often, sometimes, healthy, unhealthy, after that, get dressed, get changed, take, finish, colleagues, relax, motivate, consistent, environment, reward.
That's a long list, but practicing all these words makes describing your daily life easy. Before we finish, I want to talk a little more about morning routines.
Sure, Martha. Morning habits really set the tone for the whole day.
Yes, for example, I always drink a glass of water first thing in the morning, then I stretch for 5 to 10 minutes.
That's a very healthy habit. I usually wake up, check my phone, then make tea. I know it's not perfect.
The phone habit is common, but maybe we can try to replace it with something healthier, like stretching or reading a positive quote.
That's a good idea. Even 5 minutes can make a difference.
And what about planning the day? I always write down my tasks, even small ones. It helps me focus.
Same here. I sometimes forget to write, but I notice that on the days I make a list, I get much more done.
Small habits like these can improve productivity and mood.
Let's talk about bad habits, too. We mentioned phones before bed. I have another one. I tend to procrastinate with emails.
I understand. I sometimes binge watch series instead of doing something productive.
Yes, that's why it's important to replace a bad habit with a small good habit.
For example, after dinner, instead of watching TV for an hour, I can read one chapter of a book.
Exactly. Gradual change works better than trying to fix everything at once.
And the environment matters. I put my book on the table near the sofa. That reminds me to read instead of turning on the TV.
Great tip. Let's discuss weekly habits. What's your weekend routine, Martha?
On Saturdays, I sometimes sleep in until 10 a.m., then have a long breakfast. I usually call a friend and sometimes go for a walk in the park.
That sounds enjoyable. I usually wake up at 9 a.m., drink coffee, and write in my journal. I always spend at least 30 minutes reading news articles or listening to podcasts.
That's a good combination of relaxation and learning.
And Sunday is my cleaning and planning day. I always tidy the house, do laundry, and make a simple plan for the week.
Me too. I also organize my workspace and prepare meals for the week sometimes.
Speaking of meals, healthy eating is a habit too.
Yes, I try to eat fruit every day, and I always drink water instead of soda.
I sometimes forget, but I'm trying to replace unhealthy snacks with nuts or fruit.
Small steps, Jonas. That's what counts.
Absolutely. Let's practice vocabulary now. We used many words today: habit, routine, always, never, usually, often, sometimes, healthy, unhealthy, motivate, environment, consistency, reward, flexibility.
Let's give an example for motivate. Jonas, what motivates you to continue a habit?
Seeing progress motivates me. When I see I completed 5 days in a row, I feel proud and want to continue.
That's a good tip for viewers. Motivation can be internal or external.
Yes, external motivation could be sharing your goal with a friend or posting your progress online.
Another word, consistency. Doing something consistently, even small, is the key to making a habit stick.
And flexibility. Some days I might skip jogging if I'm sick, but I make sure to continue the next day.
Reward is also important. I like to treat myself with a cup of tea after completing my morning routine.
That reinforces the behavior.
Viewers, think about your habits and choose one small reward for completing it every day.
For example, I will read one page and then I allow myself 5 minutes of music.
Now let's combine all these tips. Start small, track your habit, reward yourself, be consistent, allow flexibility, and create a supportive environment.
And choose habits that help you in your daily life or English learning.
For English learning, habits like listening, speaking, reading, and writing a little every day are best.
For example, I will write one sentence in English every day, or I will listen to one English podcast episode daily.
And always review the new words you learn. Even 2 to 3 minutes a day helps.
Exactly. Repetition builds memory.
So, viewers, what new habit can you start today? Pick one English habit and one life habit.
And remember, it's okay to miss a day. Start again the next day. Consistency matters more than perfection.
Let's give one last example of a routine.
Sure. My morning routine: wake up, drink water, brush teeth, make tea, read the news, go for a 10-minute walk.
My evening routine: finish work, change clothes, cook dinner, wash dishes, read a book, go to bed.
See? Habits combined create routines.
And routines create structure in life.
Exactly.
So, viewers, we hope you learned new words and useful tips for building habits and routines.
Now it's your turn. In the comments,
Tell us one good habit, one bad habit you want to change, and one English learning habit you will start today.
Small steps, consistency, rewards, and motivation.
We will read all your comments and give feedback.
Keep practicing, stay motivated, and enjoy learning English.
Thank you for joining us. See you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Keep practicing.